foundation looks like second skin. I am not even kidding. Oh my, oh. I love it. I think the first impression, I love it. I need more. Hello, gorgeous, beautiful stars. Paris Star Channel here with a new and possibly a very exciting episode. Guys, what is happening today? What is happening? We have oldies, but maybe goodies. We don't know. We are going to find out, to discover, and to test it. So, with a great pleasure, I present you the star of today's episode, which is... Drums. Ta-da! Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation, which is right over here. Right along with Giorgio Armani Multi-Purpose Glow Concealer. Both of them, they're here, ready to be tested. Oldies, but are they goodies? It seems like for years they have been the best products, acclaimed products when it comes to complexion. So I'm very excited to test it out. And on top of that, we're going to try another oldie but goodie that has never been featured on this channel, the original beauty blender. The one and only original beauty blender. We're going to apply the foundation with the beauty blender. And now there's some kind of a new product, a beauty blender puff. Now it's supposed to be super famous now and viral and whatnot. We are going to test it out. So yes, guys, if this is something that interests you, please tune in to the party where we celebrate diversity that makes us all different and beautiful. So let's start today's episode. Today's episode is all about these wonderful products. Alright guys, and so here we are back. As I've mentioned, we're starting with a foundation, then we're gonna continue with a luminous silk. We're going to apply it with a unique and original accessories beauty blender. Because, you know, when Beauty Blender had a major success with their sponges, the whole world followed and they made their own dupes. But today we are trying the originals. Guys, before we're gonna go to the application and demo, first let's jump into this product, which is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. Mine is in a shade 4.75. This is how the product looks like. And guys, oh my gosh, I guess when it comes to packaging, Giorgio Armani absolutely knows how to make the packaging, and it looks really beautiful. There's 30 milliliters of the product, and the foundation itself, it's quite pricey. I'm not going to tell you the price because I don't know where you live and what kind of currency you are using, but when it comes to the price, I can say it is quite the luxurious price. I got mine when I was in Canary Islands because the products, and especially the luxury products, they're much more affordable, and I got it over there and I'm ready for it to be tested. But before we're going to jump into the test, first let's jump into the website, the original Armani website, and see what the website can say briefly about this foundation. Okay guys, so here we are on the website, and what do we read? Not a lot, but still. Luminous Silk. Luminous Silk Foundation is suitable for all skin type and skin tones with a range of 40 shades to provide a natural looking glow for all. Silky lightweight fluid foundation for seamless application. Create your natural looking glowing skin look with multi-award winning Luminous Silk Foundation, an oil-free fluid with exclusive microfill technology. Ooh la la. Ooh la la! Microfill technology, which helps to sculpt and brighten the skin, improving texture and blurring imperfections. The formula is infused with glycerin to provide all-day hydration. Love that. Absolutely love that. We're going to check that in the ingredients list in just a second. Its lightweight and silky texture glides on seamlessly for an all-day buildable coverage. Comes in 40 shades and suitable for all skin types. Complete your iconic Armani glow with products. Oh, okay. We don't need that. We don't need that. And then we honored that Luminous Silk is an award-winning foundation. Absolutely love it. That's why it tickled my pickle, which means that's why I decided to give it a go because, well, we definitely very abundant when it comes to products, when it comes to premieres. So many foundations are coming now, month after month. There's just new products, so much abundance. So the classics are kind of falling behind. And this is what is kind of happening, in my opinion, in Armani. Back in the days, the Armani beauty was just like, wow, I want it, I need to have it, and whatnot. And it was like, a very interesting brand. While these days, it looks like the ship is abandoned and there's no captain and the ship is just like drifting. Whoa, where do we go? What do we do? This is my own personal opinion, which is a shame because the idea behind the brand is great. All what this brand needs, it's a great captain that is going to lead the brand towards a good port, basically, because right now I feel like the brand is certainly lost in the ocean and needs a great captain that is going to lead it to the port. My own personal digression, guys, digression. And then when we continue on the website, what do we see? We see the benefits. Made with microfill technology, medium buildable coverage, natural looking glow, blurs imperfections, oil free for all skin type, revealing skin, natural luminosity. Absolutely great. This is definitely down my alley because I like light coverage. Medium coverage, I like it, buildable, but I'm not a very big fan of the full coverage. I have just a few foundations and that's fine for my everyday use and not the glam use, because obviously in everyday life I don't want to look glam. I just want to look natural. I'm looking for a natural looking foundations, and this one from Armani, the Luminous Silk, is supposed to be like the natural looking foundation. Anyway, let's jump quickly to the ingredients and see what the ingredients are within this foundation. And just to remind you, this is an old formulation. So back in the days, people did not care about the ingredients. People did not knew what the ingredients are. They've been just told, do not wear makeup for 24 hours. And people are like, why? Why I can't? What's the problem? Why I cannot use the foundation for 24 hours? Well, because of the ingredients. The ingredients that may do a little, might be harmful to your skin. So that's why it was forbidden. It was not advised to wear makeup for more than it was definitely not advised to go to bed with the makeup. Wash it. It was definitely advised to wash your makeup before going to bed. Anyway, I digress. As always, I digress. Let's just jump into this old formulation and see if, despite all the years that has passed, is it still a very good ingredient. Because, back in the days, as I've said, we were not putting any kind of actives or any kind of a skincare ingredients in the foundation. It was just a foundation that was supposed to last long and look good. So let's have a look. And let's see. Okay, we have water. So it is a water-based foundation. Then we have silicones, and then we have glycerin. So when they said that it's a moisturizing foundation filled with glycerin, they did not lie. Then we have silicones, and then we have... Oh, okay. we have alcohol denat. In opinion of the internet, alcohol denat is the worst quality alcohol that can be put in the cosmetics. Whatever you're going to do with this information, it's yours. It's absolutely yours. Nonetheless, I think it is very important to say this on my channel, because if there is an alcohol in the foundation might not be for everyone. And my main goal is that my channel is for everyone. I'm trying to show you and review the products that are going to be for everyone. No matter who you are, no matter what gender you are, no matter what you feel in your heart, you are. My channel is for everyone. It celebrates diversity, which is absolutely wonderful. Diversity makes us all different and beautiful. So when I'm reviewing a product that might not be for everyone, it has to be said, because it breaks my rules of a channel that is for everyone. I hope that is clear. So yes, it has an alcohol denat, and then we go, and then there's just ingredients that are used to formulate the product to give a special, viscosity and a special texture and whatnot. We have controversial phenoxyethanol, which is a conservant. And then what do we have again? Again, we have ingredients that are used to formulate the product. And then we have linalool and limonene. Well, basically, these are the ingredients that probably are giving you some sort of a perfume, some sort of a scent. People with sensitive skin, there might be allergic to these ingredients. Then we go. We have parfum, which means we have fragrance, which is put here on purpose. And yeah, I guess that's it. And then we should have a pigment in here. So, guys, yeah, that's it when it comes to ingredients. Nothing really special. They're claiming to have some sort of a microfill technology. I don't know where it's mentioned over here. And then they claiming that it's a little bit moisturizing foundation, which is pretty cool. The glycerin is definitely on the top of the ingredients list. It's a very simple, when it comes to ingredients, foundation. No wonder it's an old formulation, so we don't have to expect a lot from it. So yes, guys, that would be all when it comes to introduction of the product. And right now, let's go to the application and demo and see how it is going to look like on my face. Alright guys, so here we are ready to apply the product. But as I mentioned by the beginning of this episode, we are going to use the classics. The classics to apply the products. And what are these classics? Ta-da! The beauty blender. The beauty blender that started it all. The hype behind the beauty sponges. And then all the companies, they just followed because no one was expecting such a huge success. And let me just show you one thing. As I mentioned, after this, lots of beauty sponges, they have surfaced, and lots of shapes, absolutely lots of shape and different forms and different texture has appeared, but it looks like people are claiming no one is able to dupe the original. So here we are, and we are going to test it. It looks quite cute. It is in a very good plastic packaging, and then you open here and you have the sponge. That is actually very nice and very soft, guys. This is the original tool. So right now, as you can see, look, if I would show you the finger, it is at the size of half of my finger. So right now I am going to wet it and we'll see how large it is going to become. I'll be back in just a second. Alright guys, so here we are back with a damp beauty blender. And when it comes to size, it was in here, so you can see it hasn't become much larger from its natural habitat, should I say, when it comes to finger. Just a little bit became larger, but the most important thing is that when it's damp, it is definitely softer. So I guess that's the magic, and we'll see how it is going to distribute all over my face. So there you have it, the foundation Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in the shade 4.75. The packaging, guys, the packaging, it is absolutely incredible. It is beautiful. And back in the days when foundations, when products from Giorgio Armani, they were having that kind of a packaging, people were looking at it and saying, and right now, I don't know if you are actually aware, but the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk comes in with 30 milliliters, a classic bottle, but then it comes with a smaller bottle, which is quite cool and user friendly. You can take it anywhere. The only thing that I was struggling when it comes to this foundation was the shade range. This is the most strangest shade range that I've ever seen. It was like, it was going up and down and up and down and up and down, and I was in front of the Giorgio Armani and I was like, oh, I'm going crazy. I don't know which shade is mine. For a very long time, I did not know which shade is mine. Eventually, I stopped within the shade 4.75. Let's just see if it's going to work out. I think the foundation is very well shook, and as you can hear probably, it is very liquidy, which is quite cool, because that means that the foundation actually might be very lightweight, which this is something that I am looking for. Okay, there you go. We're going to take this on the palette, as you can see. First opening. Alright, the shade? Shade might be actually quite cool. So what are we actually going to do? We are having a little bit of a fun today. I'll explain you in just a second. We're going to put this foundation like so on the palette. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this beauty blender and tap it from here. And now I am going to try this to apply it on my face. Just like so. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh la la. Hey. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my god, I need this foundation. I need more of this foundation. Oh my god. Not only the 4.75 might be my shade, but hey, this foundation looks like second skin. I am not even kidding. Oh my, oh. I love it. I think the first impression, I love it. I need more. Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, I mean, okay, I'm not wowed very often by the foundation, but hey, this how it is looking. It is the best description of a non-detectable makeup that you've ever experienced. It is really non-detectable. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. I need to calm down myself, but then let me just approach so that you can have a look what happened on my face. This is covered. This is not covered. A beautiful skin of a person that is over 40 years old. A little reminder, yes, I am over 40 years old. My skin is normal to dry. It has wrinkles, and it definitely has a tendency to show wrinkles here on my face in the regions when the skin is super dry. So now you know. And yeah, this is how the healthy skin looks like. There was a little bit of a Charlotte Tilbury here on the cheeks to give a little bit more of a boosted glow. And this is how it looks like with a foundation. Very pretty. A light to medium coverage. As you can see, these things has not been covered, but it's fine. I don't really mind. Very nice in touch. It's kind of like self-setting. Well, what do you think? This is the side with a foundation, and this is the side without the foundation. Very natural, absolutely very natural. Soft matte, going rather towards matte than soft matte, but as I said, this is how the formulation were being done back in the past. I don't really mind. I have so many glowy foundations. It is good now to go back to the classics. And I like it. I like it. But I talk too much. I definitely talk too much, so I'm going to take a little bit more here. And now I am going to distribute it just like so. Here on the palette. See? And now I will work from the palette to the skin. Although this foundation doesn't really have any kind of a smell. A little bit alcoholic, but I don't know. I don't. At this time of the year, I don't know if I smell anything. But guys, by the way, this is a foundation with alcohol. So I am not going to put this foundation in my under eye area. You can do whatever you want in the makeup. It's up to you. It's totally fine. But me, personally, I'm just not using foundation that has alcohol in my under eye areas. No, no, no. But then, it's not a very big deal because we actually have a concealer and we are going to use a concealer after. Oh my gosh. Guys, I am shook. Okay, I am shook. I am shook. Not only as I've said before, the 4.75 is almost my perfect shade, but it looks like second skin. If you have thought that NARS Radiant foundation looks like second skin, you might change your mind after trying this one. Because it looks really very cute. It looks really very nice, and so far so good. I am definitely in a big shock, but how it is going to look like during the course of time and of the day, we are going to have certain check-ins and we are going to have a summary, and I will definitely tell you all about it. Alright guys, the next product that I would like to talk about would be this one. Luminous Silk Multi-Purpose Glow Concealer. Mine is in a shade 3.75. This is how the product looks like, and I must say that it definitely looks very interesting. A very typical and unique packaging when it comes to Giorgio Armani. Ta-da! And then when you pair this with a foundation, there's something strange with a foundation, correct me, because the bottle is oval and then the cap is oval. So when you're gonna match the oval of the cap with a bottle, this thing is on the side and not in front, which means that you have to twist the oval to have it over here. But then it's not very matchy because this oval is like that and this oval is like that. I digress anyway. What is happening with the ovals? What is happening with the ovals? Anyway, to the subject, we have the concealer and mine is in the shade 3.75, which is slightly lower. This is 4.75 and this is the 3.75. Okay, I'm always anxious when it comes to concealers. Most of the time, I just think that I apply it very wrong. It's just like, I'm out of the comfort zone. But it has to be said that my under eye area is a very special area that basically do not tolerate any cosmetic with a coverage. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. I have lots of wrinkles in here, and any kind of a concealer that sets on its own, that just does its job, accentuates my wrinkles, accentuates the dryness in my under eye area, making my under eye area screaming makeup. And me, as a man, as a person that tries to be perfect in men's makeup, undetectable men's makeup, I don't like that. I don't like that. So every single time when it comes to application of the concealer, I'm getting a little bit of an anxiety. I want it to work, but we'll see if it's gonna work. It is actually very funny because this is glass, but this is plastic. Never mind, it's just a detail. Good. Okay, enough talking. Let's go to the application and the demo. Wow, okay, wow. Can you see the doe foot? Wonderful, beautiful, original. Yes, this is what I've said. Giorgio Armani knew back in the past how to make packaging for the products. It was very original and was very, very one of its kind. Okay, it's time to apply the concealer, and I'm going to apply it just like so here and just like over here, and we'll see what will happen. On this side, I am going to use a brush, and we'll see how the brush is going to distribute the product. The consistency is very nice, very lightweight, guys. It spreads like butter. A little bit here on my eyelids. And the shade, as you can see, 3.75. It's a very good match for the foundation shade, 4.75. Everything blends very, very nicely. Yeah, I think we got it. I think we got it, and I think it looks very nice. Let me approach so that you can have your own judgment, because your own judgment is the most important. Not what I'm talking about, but you have your own judgment, and that is really very important. So yes, this is how it looks like, the concealed eye. Guys, so far so good. Very lightweight, undetectable. I don't feel anything, any kind of a sensation that would make me feel uncomfortable. Wow, 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 wow. And this is the unconcealed eye. Pretty. Absolutely. Wow. Okay. How is that possible that I've been sleeping on this for such a long time? And after more than 1 year of existence of my channel, I actually am trying this out. Hi. Hi! I mean, hello, Luminous Silk. I wonder how are you going to perform during the day, because so far I am shocked. I'm shocked. Okay, guys, so the concealer is done, half of it, and now it's time to apply the concealer on the other side, and we are going to use the beauty blender on this side and see if there's any difference. So yeah, let's do that. I don't know, it's just so pleasant to hold and to work with it so far. This doe foot reminds me a little bit of a doe foot from Lancome, the Teint Idole something whatnot. Anyway, but Lancome appeared after this one, so anyway. I talk too much. Good. I'm taking the beauty blender this time, and I'm going to press this time the concealer with a sponge, and then we are going to see the results. there is any difference on what or what not. Everything looks very kind of like, it's hard to explain, healthy, you know, very healthy look, natural look. Once I'm gonna put some colors to my face, some blushes, bronzers and highlighters. I might be shook. I might be shook. Anyway, is this distributed? Yeah, it is. Okay. Wow. Good. Good, good, good. So let me approach you because there are slight difference between the application. When I look at the mirror, on this side I applied it with a brush and this is how it looks like. And on this side I applied it with a beauty blender and this is how it looks like. Tell me, do you see any difference? I think I like application with a sponge when it's pressed. See, this is very interesting because certain concealers, they like to be applied with a brush in a very smooth kind of airbrushed way. Certain concealers, they like to be applied while with a wet and damp beauty blender, and then it gives you more airbrushed look. And I think within this concealer it looks better when applied with a damp beauty blender, and this is how it looks like. I wonder, what do you think? So yes guys, the last thing that I would like to feature in today's episode would be this one, the puff from Beauty Blender. This is how it looks like, and guys, this is a very universal puff that can be used with the powders to set your makeup. I am absolutely very curious about this. So yes, this is what are we going to do, and we are going to apply the powder using this puff on one side of my face. Okay guys, so I suppose that this puff deserves a special mention because there are lots of things that is happening in here. Right here you have a puff to apply the powders, but then you have a very interesting kind of silicone, almost like this side in here, probably for applying and distributing the liquids. Then you have this kind of a thing to hold it, and then you have the pocket. You actually have the pocket, so it is a very unique tool. I definitely need to learn how to use it, but so far so good. The first impressions are amazing. I did not knew or expect that it's gonna be so cool. There is a silk in here. Huh? Silk in a puff? Beauty blender, what is this? What are you doing? It is incredible multi-purpose tool, but for today I am just going to use it to apply powder in my under eye area using this pink finish. Okay guys, so it is time to apply the powder, and let me approach you one more thing. After all this time that has passed, it has not creased a lot in the area distributed with a brush. Brush always airbrushed everything and distributes the concealer, if a concealer is good, in the most perfect and the best way. While the beauty blender always presses the product in your under eye area, so in my opinion it tends to crease, and it did crease a little bit more. But that's not a very big problem. I am going to take the beauty blender one more time. Take the excess, and it is done. Right now I am going to take this beauty blender puff, and I'm going to take some powder. setting powder, work this into the path like so. Now work this into my skin like so. And I don't want to ruin, but I have no choice. It's time to apply the powder. Oh my gosh, okay. So, wow, so soft. Love that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, that's done. And the result? Very nice. So let me approach so that you can have a look. Unpowdered. I think if you're going to layer it lightly, you're not going to need powder. This is what I think. It is not a full coverage concealer, a very, very nice lightweight concealer, very pleasant, but I don't mind. I am not a very big fan of a full coverage concealer. This concealer actually fits perfectly in that kind of a area of people that are 40 years old or older and are just looking for a little bit of correction, but not of the cancellation. Because there is a huge difference between correction and cancellation. This product will not cancel, but it will beautifully, lightly correct. And this is something that I'm loving. So yes, this is without the powder and this is with a powder. Guys, so far so good. I am really very positively surprised with the products that I'm featuring in today's episode. So yes guys, without taking too much time, I'm going to finish the makeup off the camera and then I'm going to come with a finished makeup and we are going to continue this episode. Hello guys, and so here we are back with a finished makeup. Not a lot of things has happened, a little bit of a color, a little bit of a contour to give myself some shape, but this is what I've noticed. You may think that the shade 4.75 is quite dark, but it isn't. It really isn't. In the natural light, looks quite lighter, but then I'm still in a natural light, so I'm contradicting myself. What I'm trying to say, the camera is not picking its right shade the way it's supposed to. It looks here on the camera darker, while in the real life 4.75 it's definitely lighter, and I can see it here in the mirror, for example, but then the camera is not picking it up. So don't think that the shade 4.75 is dark or medium, whatnot. It is not. It is a very nice light pinky shade and I love it. Guys, let me approach so that you can have your own judgment. Oh my gosh, the dryness, not a lot accentuated. The concealer, it holds up, absolutely. I love it. I love it. Everything just looks perfected. Everything looks natural. This is the type of a makeup that I absolutely love. Perfected and natural. And the foundation has not been even powdered. I wonder what kind of level of mega perfection I would actually achieve if I would powder it with a smoothing, pore smoothing powder. Incredible. And every product layered on top of this foundation beautifully, nothing moved, nothing detached, nothing, no surprises, no bad surprises has happened. So yes, once again guys, this is how it looks like and so far I love it. But yes, the demo and the application is a one thing, and the real life, it's a completely different thing. So right now, what are we going to do? We're going to go on a walk where I will show you how this makeup looks like in the natural light. outside natural conditions. And then we're gonna come back to my studio for my final check-in and my final thoughts based on my experience while working with these products. With these products. With these products. So yeah, guys, so far so good. And now let me take you on a walk so that we can see it, this makeup in the outside world in its full glory. Hello, gorgeous, beautiful stars. Paris Star Channel here welcomes you with a check-in in the natural light. Of course, as you can see, the aura. We're missing the light. We're definitely missing the light. We're missing the sunlight and the sun in general. It is an aura which actually encourages you to make a cocoon within your blanket, get some hot chocolate, and just lie on the sofa and chill and relax. This is the aura. But anyway, let's use the situation and that we are outside. So, hello. Oh my gosh. We have some interruptions in here. We have some guests. Silence. I'm recording. Anyway, to the subject, guys. To the subject. Before I am going to tell you what I think about it, I am going to approach so that you can have your own impression. So here we go. The makeup from the close-up in the natural light, although we're missing the light, and then the concealer. This is the eye that is concealed but not set with a powder, and this one is set with a powder. What I can say right now instantly about the concealer is that the concealer, especially that the one that is not set, it disappears. I don't know what is happening with it. Does it evaporate? What is happening? What is happening in my under eye area? It disappears gradually, slowly, but it is inevitable. When it comes to set eye, it is okay, but it is visible to the point when I'm not enjoying it that much. So yes, on the other hand, the foundation, I haven't set it, I haven't used anything really extraordinary. This is the foundation and the makeup on its own. It looks gorgeous, it just looks beautiful, it looks natural. So the foundation is definitely something very interesting. So one more time, the last look on this makeup. The dryness, not too much, a little bit. And this is how it looks like. So yes, guys, now the check-in is done and let's go back to the studio so that I can give you my final thoughts and my final opinion based on my experience while working with the products from Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Let's go. Hello, gorgeous, beautiful stars. Paris Star Channel here welcomes you with a final check-in and my final thoughts about the stars of today's episode, which is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation and the concealer, and beauty blender tools that has been used today. Oldies but goodies. Are there really oldies and goodies? We shall find out right now. So first, let's start from the tools. The first tool, a very classic beauty blender, and I like it. I really like it a lot. It is very nice. It is very soft. The only thing that was a little bit shocking or surprising for me was while washing it, it is artificially painted. As you can see it now on the footage, when I'm washing the beauty blender, I thought that it's originally pink. It looks like it's not originally pink. I don't know what's its original color, but it looks like this pink paint is kind of infused into the sponge, and the sponge is already losing its color right over here. How strange, how weird. Is this paint healthy for my skin while the blender is actually wet and I am applying it for my skin, or is it toxic? I don't know. I was really shocked. Like for example, this is the beauty blender from Morphe. It has its original color. It doesn't lose its color while washing. And this is from Elf, the yellow one. It doesn't lose its color either. So for me, it was a big shock and a surprise to discover that this pink is not the real pink. This pink paint is infused into the sponge, and when you're washing it, it's losing its color. What is going on? What is going on? Nonetheless, it does its job and it lives up to its fame. So obviously, Paris Star Channel gives a green light to Beauty Blender. It is a very good tool, very nice for applying all sorts of products, especially creamy, and I like it and I enjoy it and I'll continue using it. The second product from Beauty Blender, quite new actually, was this puff. And oh my gosh, guys, this puff, this is so nice and soft. It's almost like a pillow in here. It picks up the powder very nicely. It applies the powder really very nicely as well. And this is very soft and nice as well, the silicone. And then there's a silk in here. You can put your finger in here. You can put your finger in here. You can use the puff however you want. It is very nice, very universal. Lots of usages you can get out of here. So obviously, Paris Star Channel gives a green light to this Beauty Blender puff. It is a very interesting and very unique tool that I will be using mostly every day when I'll be applying my makeup. Okay guys, and now let's go to the stars of this episode, which would be the foundation and the concealer. First, before I'm going to tell you anything about it, I am going to approach so that you can have your own judgment. This is how the makeup looks like after 10 hours of wearing it today, but maximum I was wearing this makeup for 15 hours, so I certainly have an experience that I would like to share it with you. So yes, this is how the makeup looks like after wearing it for 10 hours, and this is the concealer, how it looks like today after wearing it for 10 hours. This part in today I wasn't set. As you can see in here, this is how it looks like, and this part of the concealer, it had been set, and this is how it looks like, guys. On top of that, you can see now a little bit extra footage from my bathroom, because the light of my bathroom is really very cruel and it will show you absolutely everything. It might not look very nice, but then I want to be sincere and I want to be honest and show you the reality of while using these products. So first, let's jump to the concealer. Guys, the concealer wears off. When you're gonna apply it, the first impression is absolutely mesmerizing, beautiful, super lightweight, very nice. But if you will not set it with the powder, during the course of time and during the day, it wears off, meaning it disappears. And I don't like that idea. If I put something in my under eye area, I want it to stay. And this one actually wears off, disappears. What is happening with it? I don't know. What is happening with the pigment? I don't know. But certainly it wears off. I don't know if the light can actually show it that it wears off, but it really does. While on the other side, when it's set with the powder, it stays in place. But then my under eye area is really very demanding, which means that this test has been really very rough for this concealer, and it didn't went as well as I was expecting it. Basically, what has happened, I'm having a very watery eye. So when my tears are mixing with the concealer, everything falls apart. The concealer breaks. The concealer loses its integrity, and then it just falls apart, which is a very big shame. And this is, I hope that the camera can pick it up. The tears were coming from this way and then was coming from this way, and it broke the concealer. So if I'm ever putting anything in my under eye area, I want it to be reliable. I wanted it to be stay in place, and I don't want to do the check-ins every 10-15 minutes in my mirror. Do I look good? Do I don't look good? And then maybe it's just me, but as I said, my under eye area don't like concealers. Any kind of a product around my eyes don't like it. Even the eyeshadows. So I don't know, was it the fault of the concealer when I applied it, I started to have a watery eye, or was it not? Nonetheless, the concealer itself, when it was in touch, in contact with the tears, it lost its integrity, and this is the result. So, to summarize my thoughts, Paris Star Channel gives an orange light to the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. It is an okay concealer, but it is not a concealer 100% reliable. It works nice, so that's why it is an okay concealer, as I've said, and it deserves to have an orange light. Paris Star Channel gives an orange light to Luminous Silk Concealer. And then, when we go to this, oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. There is no filter in here on my face. This is how it looks like after 10 hours of wearing it. And am I crazy or what? But it just doesn't look. It does look so good. So nice. So perfected. This foundation is a big shock because we are talking about the old formulation. And I cannot believe it how this old formulation is universal up to today. It works. It just works. What is the most incredible about this foundation? First, it's buildable. And it's wonderfully buildable because today's formulations of the new foundation, they don't like being buildable. Basically, you apply a layer, it dries, and then you apply another layer, and then there's a conflict. Something happens. The foundation becomes cakey, looks heavy. This foundation does not do that. You can layer it and you can build it. You can use one pump, it looks beautiful and very subtle. You can add 2 pumps, 3, 4 pumps, and it can look absolutely flawless. Absolutely flawless. I love this. And then the shade, actually very nice. Just a little bit goes rather more the springtime, as you can see, because I'm super pale these days. But then in time it will be very matchy, and I love it. Although to find your shade is definitely very tricky. 4.75 is for me the sweet spot. Anyway, what I was trying to say, it is buildable, beautifully buildable. Then it connects and it works with other products. It works very nice with any sort of primers, silicone primers and whatnot. It blends with them beautifully. Then it blends with the other cream products. You can layer whatever you want. It works. And then you can use powders, and then it works with this as well. It is a really very good formulation foundation that works with all sort of products. So yes, I am absolutely shocked and surprised how nice this foundation is. I was not expecting. I heard lots of good things, but then I was like, whatever. And then I used it and I'm like, yes. The only thing, I suppose, because I do pay attention to the ingredients, it has alcohol denat, which in an opinion of the internet is considered one of the worst quality alcohol used in cosmetics. But then again, right after alcohol there is glycerin, so there is definitely a good moisture combined with a little bit of a dryness from alcohol. I think the blend of these ingredients, they work perfectly and they give you that effect. The only downside for me personally and for my skin, I'm over 40 years old, my skin is normal to dry, especially in these areas. After 10 hours, the dryness grows. My skin becomes tired of the makeup after 10 hours, and then it becomes more drier and drier and drier. Thus, enhancing and showing up the fine lines and wrinkles after 10 hours, because I was on one day wearing it for 15 hours and I definitely observed much more wrinkles right over here. So right now, after 10 hours, we're reaching that sweet spot, and now it's gonna go a little bit down, 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 because my skin is going to show that it's tired of the makeup and it's going to ask me to wash it. Basically, that is the thing. Nonetheless, there's just a very good blend of the alcohol denat in this, and the glycerin all works together and it gives me that result, guys. So, Paris Star Channel gives a green light to this foundation. It is a really very good foundation. It works on my skin. I think I will be coming back to this foundation really very often because everything is just perfected and my skin is smoothed, my skin is evened out. I love it. If I want it, I can layer it lightly and it looks like some sort of a, I don't know, a veil of some sort that is just evening out my skin tone. And if I want it, I can layer it more and build it and make it look gorgeous, glam and flawless. This is that foundation. So yes, guys, that would be all when it comes to this episode. I am going to tell you the secret, what I am planning for the next episode. Because rumor has it that back in the past, a long time ago, a very famous makeup artist, Pat McGrath, was working under the wings of Giorgio Armani. And rumor has it that this foundation, Luminous Silk, has been created while Pat McGrath was working at Giorgio Armani as a director. So, then when she left the brand, the Giorgio Armani, and she created her own brand, she launched her own foundation, guys. Aha! And it's right over here. I am wondering how much from that experience of Pat McGrath, of how much of that formulation can be found in this formulation. Do we have some similarities, or is it a completely different foundation? We are going to find out and we are going to test it. On the other hand, we are actually not going to test only the foundation and the concealer, but we are going to do the full face of Pat McGrath. And what is this? What is this paper carton box recycle kingdom Pat McGrath extravaganza eleganza? Guys, I mean, this screams luxury. This is luxurious. This screams luxury. This? What is this? It screams recycle. Recycle me. So, guys, get ready, because the next episode is gonna be spicy. So to say, the next episode is definitely going to be spicy because I am going to share with you my own experience, my shopping experience as a client of Pat McGrath. I am going to test the products and see why is it called luxurious? What is so luxurious in the carton box packaging situation? So yes, get ready, it's gonna be spicy. In the meantime, guys, this episode has come to an end. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you so very much for tuning in and celebrating with me diversity that makes us all different and beautiful. Thank you again. Greetings from Paris with love. But as for now, bye bye now.